Okay, Jamal Niaz here with the main man, the main event, Zelfa Barrett. You don't need a wristband to get in here, mate. Like we just said, your poster is up there. I remember when Anthony Crolla had his retirement bout at the Manchester Arena late 2019, just before lockdown, and I said to Eddie, who would be the next main event star in Manchester? Because I believed it was you, and I put forward you, and you were with Frank Warren at the time. Now fast forward to this point in time, and Eddie and Frank are working together as well, so that's like no obstacle either. But you've got your moment now in your home city, biggest arena in the city. How great does that feel?
You know, it's the best feeling that any fighter could have. I'm from Manchester. I've watched Ricky Attenay, Anthony Crolla, Scott Quigg, been in the changing rooms with them, been a fan for the Ricky Attenay as a kid, and then look now, anybody from Manchester would love to top this arena, and you know I'm doing it. Bear this in mind, you touched on what you from the small households, you know, from an estate in Harper, voted the worst estate in England at one point. I've really worked hard to get here. It's nothing been given. I've really worked hard, and it's just an achievement, you know, for me, for my uncle, for my both uncles that's put in the work with me, you know, my family. You know, it's nice. I used to run past this arena, and now I'm headlining it, you know, so I always knew I was going to be here. I always thought I'm going to win a world title here or defend the world title here. But, you know, to me, this is my world title fight, so yeah, man, it's a good feeling.
Do you think you'll be emotional after the fight and on the night leading up to it? Because like you said, the arena represents so much to you and the city represents so much to you. You know, you've lived and breathed the sport growing up in this city. You've been there as a fan, like you mentioned, for the likes of Ricky, and now this is your moment. And yeah, Scott Quigg, and they'll be there on the night supporting you. Now the tables have turned. It's crazy, isn't it, that 360?
Yo, life's just crazy, man. You know, tables always turn. That's why, whether it's good or bad, just got to be mutual, because, you know, when the tables turn, you can always be balanced. But yeah, man. It'll probably be emotional because I put so much into this camp. I've been training for this, you know. I'm in the ring with a good customer, so I've got to be so focused. So it's a sign of relief when you win. It's like and yeah, I do get. I'm an emotional guy like that, you know. My mum as well, you know what I mean. It means a lot to me. She'd be buzzing, you know what I mean. And I always have a little cry before getting in the ring. It G's me up because boxing's not nothing to be played with. It's my life. Some people do it as a hobby. Some people's aspiration goals is to be British champion. Nah, I'm here to. Sky's the limit with me. That's my goals, you know. And yeah, so it's my life. Got a tattoo on it, no boxing, no life on my body. So yeah, it will mean a lot to me. When I win, you know, I'll have that. I always have a little moment to myself and just take it in after every fight, because a lot of time and emotions go into this, into training, into my sprints. You know, I don't see my daughter for my kids. I say kids now. Plural. I don't see my kids till for 6 weeks now. So from next week or the week after, I won't see them. So, you know, I do give up a lot. I do sacrifice a lot behind closed doors. So yeah, man, it's a great feeling for everybody, not just for me, for my family.
You know, you mentioned a bit of the pain and heartache that you've been through in your life as well. And Jordan poured his heart out after his win over Conlon back in December, which was, you know, massive respect goes out to him as well for what he's overcome in his life, just like yourself. You have sort of a mutual admiration for each other anyway. I know that you wanted to set up a spar with him back when he was a featherweight, right? So there's that side of things as well. There's no animosity whatsoever.
I'm sure that was at a Crolla, I think, Crolla box,
well,
I think.
There we go.
I'm sure it was, or Quigg, yeah. And I seen him in the corridor, I was like, yes, Jordan, what you saying? Yo, we need to get some sparring, man. We'll be good, we've got similar styles, this, that, the other. And he's like, yeah. And then we was just seeing each other mutually. You know, at fight camp talking about wow, when you're dieting and steak so little because it's like 110 grams and 10 grams of steak's like so little. And like we're just cool, and it's just business, man. Like it's a good fight. It's business, it is what it is, kind of thing. I don't hate him. Like we're just in there to eat, man, to set our families up, and I believe in myself. I believe I'm gonna win.
Because he's got that same mentality as you, that your experiences in your life are way harder than what you're experiencing in the ring. So he's got that mental fortitude as well. What do you make of how he overcame his personal struggles to go out there and defeat Conlon as a massive underdog as well? What do you make of that performance?
It was a good performance. He done well for himself. I don't know what he was going through, but yeah, man, he done well for himself. It's not a competition. Surely it's not as hard as what I've been through, but the reason why I'm saying it is so I can understand his mindset of he's strong-minded, because if he's gone through certain struggles and he's still boxing and he's still performing like that, then it just shows himself as a person, what kind of a person he is, and like when I analyse him and see what he's done when he was chipped so low and he pulled a knockout out, and his chips been low again and he's done certain things, it just shows his mentality. So that's why it's going to bring the best out of me, because I know I've got to keep my eye on the ball, stay concentrated, and he's a warrior. He don't quit. No matter when, if he's down and out a bit, he still does what he's got to do. So he's dangerous. So that's why I'm more than focused for this fight.
It really has the makings of an all-out war, and you both share a common opponent in Kiko Martinez. He managed to get Jordan out of there, and that was after you guys had fought, you and Kiko. Did he sort of set the blueprint how to beat Jordan, or is this a completely different Jordan Gill to that fight?
You can change. Don't get me wrong. You can always change as a fighter, but styles make fights. I don't fight like Kiko. Kiko knows one way, coming forward, pressure, this, that, the other. No, Jordan's a different Jordan. Life experiences, whatever he's been through from boxing, like. It can always change you as a fighter. So whatever you've been going on behind closed doors can either make you hungry or determined to do more in life, or so that was just a defeat. Kiko's a good fighter. He did become a world champion after that as well. Yeah. He did, didn't he? Yeah. So I believe I'm gonna win anyway, but Kiko's Kiko, innit? He's also, and I'm not obnoxious and thinking, well, I beat Kiko, so I can beat Jordan. No, every fight's different. People approach fights different, styles make fights, so I believe I'm going to win, but Jordan's a good fighter, so I've got to be very calculated and very smart.
And obviously it's no secret that for the past year or so you've wanted Joe Cordino, but that's a bit of a sticky situation right now, because obviously he's got a mandatory, and even towards the end of last year you mentioned that he'd want to be in there with the likes of Lee Wood. That might be a fight for him, but where does a win place you? Do you have sort of a roadmap who it would be if it's not Cordino? Because domestically that's a massive fight over here, and we need those big fights over here because a lot of stuff's going to the Middle East. We need that balance, don't we, as well?
What's mad with the Joe fight, like everyone just kept on asking me, yo, when you fighting Joe, what's going on with this Joe situation? And credit to him, I get where he's coming from. He said in one of his interviews, like, if it's a big fight, pay the big money, you get me? And it's right, you know what I mean? It's a risky fight, so he don't want to risk himself, maybe getting beaten, not getting paid good, because we're not football players, we don't get paid once a week. Like, our weekly, we get paid per fight, so we've got to take as much as we can. So I get it, and I believe it'll be a big fight in Britain. Every single person will come for that. Like everyone in Manchester is going to come to this to support me. Everybody will come to watch that fight, because it's not just people from our area, it's boxing fans that like boxing. Two styles that clash well: speed, power, timing, good thinking, good movement. Like it ticks all the boxes, and it could be a good build up. little gloves are off, whatever. Like, yo, this could be made to something major, you know. But Gill's on my mind right now. Maybe after the fight, I'll say this again. But yeah, man, it could be a good fight. But right now, we're on Jordan Gill.
Tunnel visioned, of course, you have to be. But you know, when you mention those your future aspirations, those world title fights, do you feel that? I know you don't feel pressure, or the only pressure that you would feel is the pressure that you put on yourself, but do you feel a statement is needed, as in a finish, a knockout, a TKO, or, you know, both your stocks go up if it's a 12-round war, you guys just both covered in blood, the fans on the feet cheering at the end. Either of those situations are pretty perfect for you, aren't they?
Yeah, no doubt. Of course, I want to put out a stand-up performance. I will do. You know, I give my whole life to this sport, so I believe I will give a stand-up performance. But yeah, I feel like our stocks will rise regardless, because he's going to bring his best and I'm going to bring my best. So it's going to be an ingredient to a great fight. But yeah, fighting like any of the world champions, I will do. Doesn't matter who it is, which one it is. You know, I believe I'm one of the best fighters in the world. I believe I'm one of the best fighters in the weight category. So, you know, that belief, you know, it's like your swag. You just carry it. You don't have to speak about it. You don't have to shout out that you believe you're the best or whatever. It's just something inside you, and I believe that. So when I beat Gill, you know, I'm willing to fight any of the world champions, and you know, they already know I'm a good fighter. You know, because they tried to, not try to. So they probably thought, oh, Rakhimov will just wash me out, and when I pulled out some of my moves and done what I'd done, you know, I burst my eardrum. I couldn't carry on. Like, if I didn't burst my eardrum, I would have won it. Yeah, I know, and I believe, like, even if I would have lost every single round, I still would have won. Like, but you know, that's just risen my stock and let other fighters in my weight category realise, like, wow, this guy's good. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, a good win over Jordan, and then we'll see what's next.
Obviously, after this press conference is the Taylor-Catterall rematch presser, which it kicked off big time yesterday. Who do you have winning the rematch?
Jack, man. Jack won the first fight, I believe. So I feel like Jack will do the kind of the same. You know, obviously Taylor's a good fighter and he would change, but I just believe Jack's got his number.
And Lyndon as well, obviously. He had, you know, one of the career high moments of going up against one of the best pound for pound guys in the world in Bivol, and giving a great account of himself on short notice there in Saudi. What was that like to see him on the biggest combat sports stage last year? And, you know, it's the first of many for both of you. What do you want to see him up to next? There's so many contenders in that division in the UK. It's absolutely stacked, and it has been for a long time, hasn't it? So who do you want to see him there next?
Anyone with a name in it, like anyone who's maybe a Dan Aziz, maybe a Craig Richards. They're the only two guys that are really right at the top, that are relevant like that. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, Boat's saying Yard looks like they're gonna fight. So I feel like London can fight one of them two, and then that catapults him into some sort of whatever that could be for. I don't know what it could be for, but they're the kind of fights that I believe he could be in. You know, I'm sure Lerone Richards gone to light heavyweight.
Potentially, I'll have to check on that.
I think he's fighting for the light heavyweight European title. Right. You know, so you know, there's some big fights out there for Lyndon, man. Like, he's done himself well and proud for it against Bivol. So you know, it's just big fights only. There's no need for a warm-up fight. There's no need for a little tick over. He just had a big fight under so short notice. You know, crazy, like, it's not like he's punished his body in camp where he's had like a grueling 12-week camp and he's had to have the rest. No, it's just 4 weeks. Yo, it's done a 4-week camp. Box one of the best fighters, pound for pound. You know, come up short, 12 rounds, didn't get stopped. We go again. Yeah. You know, there's no need to fight 10 round or like that's just my opinion. He's ready to fight whoever now. He's up there. up there with the big boys. So
I agree. No tune-up fights at this stage for both of you, man.
After I boxed Rakimov, I boxed like Jason Sanchez. He went 12 rounds with Oscar Valdez, 10 rounds with another fighter who's just gone up to my weight now. I can't remember his name. I think he beat him. Shakur Stevenson beat him. Like, he's boxed to the world title. The guy I beat, like, I didn't want no little tune-up, or I said, nah, give me the what fight. I was meant to fight Alistair Magani.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I weren't here for no tune-up. I was there for, yeah, man, I'm on that level. Let's go. And that's the he got. Luckily, he had a fight a week before me, that Jason Sanchez, so he's been in camp. We got him, and I've done a number in him. So, you don't need no tune-up. He just needs a big fight straight away, straight off the back.
Brilliant. And last one, such a bizarre question, can't believe I'm asking it, but Wayne Rooney is being talked about as potentially having a fight on Misfits, and I know you're a massive United fan. Just how strange is that? And do you actually think that could come to fruition at some point?
You know what? With Rooney, he doesn't need the money, but it's just something to keep his mind occupied, I suppose. You know what I mean? Like, keep his mind occupied. He's probably at a stage of his life. He's not managing no more.
I think he's left Birmingham now, so he's looking for a manager job.
Yeah, so right now he's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just being a dad, really. With boxing and training, it's a great sense of routine. And any man, any woman needs a routine in life. The most successful people have routines. They're up at 5, yoga at 6, something at 7. Like, so that'd be a good routine for him in life. So that could be a potential. And you know how many fans that would go and watch that? Like, football fans aside, like, jeez. So yeah, man, that could be potential. It's just that, does he want to be known as a football hero legend? Does he want to be known as a Misfits boxer? You get me? Like, because I
don't want that legacy ruined, do you?
I believe he's better than that. You get me? You don't need to ruin that he's a legend. Done what he's done for Everton, for United. Done what he's done for England. Like, leave it at that. But if he wants to do that, like, that's on him. But he's in a catch-22, because then will people respect him as much for fighting on the Misfits thing than for his career as a football player? So it's like,
it's a big decision.
Yeah, it's a big decision, but yeah, it'd be fun to watch though, because I heard he used to box, or he could box,
Well, yeah, have you seen the video with Phil Barsley? You must see.
Yeah. Yo, but I heard that as a potential fight, him and Phil Barsley. So yeah.
Amazing, mate. Well, best of luck. I know you've got a lot of people wanting to talk to you, so yeah, appreciate your time. Thank you very much, man. Thank you, man.